Welcome back to another episode of Dad's Toy Garage, and today I'm kind of excited. We're getting very near completing most of the metal work on this car, and today's metal work is going to include welding on this quarter panel and the rocker panel that I'm sitting on, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to cut this piece off here. I've marked it out in Sharpie. It's actually so thin you can peel it back. Where was it? Right here. So I got this piece that came off of this car, which was a replacement someone put on at one time. So I can fit it on here. So we're going to get this old piece cut out. Here's that replacement corner set in place. I got my clamps from Eastwood holding that in place, so we're going to tack it up now. We got a little bit done on this patch already. It's still going, but it's minimal warping this way. I do a spot on low amperage, low wire speed, and what was I running right now? Says I set it for about a 91 wire speed and a 14.5 volts on a MIG, and so I do a weld, and then I blow it off with the blowgun till that spot's cool, and then I go on to the next one. So we'll do a little bit of that for you on camera. I've got this piece installed now, welded in place, and there's no warping. The way I did it seemed to work pretty good, so lucky me. So I've cut the bottom out here, and I've made a new part, and it's taken from the top of the old quarter panel. It's just going to go on here, and that'll fill in that bottom section as one piece. Here's the old quarter panel that I removed from the passenger side, and on the driver's side we used this radius of the driver's side quarter to make this piece on the driver's side. So we're going to do the same on the passenger side, and if you look down here, this piece here is now welded in place. So that piece was taken from this section of profile right here. And because it's got the little bit of curve in there, actually was the perfect amount of curve to put onto the bottom of the car there. And then I just had to bend in a flange that will later get welded onto the other part of the car. So you can kind of see it's got that shape of the bottom corner of the rocker panel, or the quarter panel, so we'll work with that. I got this piece kind of the shape it needs to be. It's that piece of quarter panel, and right along this side of the tape we're going to roll a bead in there because the rear roll pan is going to be spot welded onto that part of it. And let's get to it. So there you can see I've got the step in there with the bead roller. So we'll go test fit on the car now. So we got our piece here. And it's going to sit right there. Here's that piece it was taken from here on the old quarter panel and slightly reshaped, but not much. And we got this bottom corner now. So I'm going to weld that in place. Got the patch installed in the back corner here. Right now it's just screwed on, and I have it cut here because that's the original quarter panel. I'm going to just keep that on the car, and then I'll weld this when I weld the quarter panel on. Same with this here. Working down on the bottom of the rocker panel. Here's the rear tire so we can figure out where we're at. I'm drawing a Sharpie where I'm going to cut off the bottom of the quarter in the rocker panel area, and I'm going to extend this section here. This is a new lower portion of the rear quarter panel. We're underneath the rocker portion, and you can see here and here I've put little indents for drain. So we'll bring that up under here. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. So there's this hole in here now that I've cut to get rid of the bottom, and the new one is just going to fit right in here. So that's what we're going to work on welding to. We're going to work on welding it along this edge here. Nothing will get welded on to this back edge until later. So that is the new lower portion of the quarter panel welded in place. It gives it that extra gap that we needed. So I got my welds ground down on the bottom here, and on the back side they're all ground down as well. Turned out really nice. I'm happy with that. Decided to put the Keystone Rogue on this side. I wanted to look at it again. Let's get a test fit. For those of you like me, my age and younger, these are called a shank nut, I believe, and they always have a washer, and that's what you need to mount the old Keystone rims. And so they fit into the wheel, and I guess most classic aftermarket rims were mounted that way. So for those of you guys also building cars or just storing cars, I bought a set of these from Canadian Tire. They're wheel dollies, kind of like this, 4 wheels on the bottom. You can get some that actually you can roll right under the tire and press a brake of some sort, and it lifts the car off the ground. You can roll it, and I found this is really a great tool. You get a set of 4 of them. You slide them under your car. I just have to jack my car up to get these under the tire, but they do the same job for a cheaper price. And I really like them because I can move the car completely sideways in the shop just by pushing on it, or if I wanted to work on the car, I'd pull it out, kind of thing, especially in a tight shop like mine. Alright, starting to get in here now, and I'm going to cut out the original wheel arch, what's left of it, the other portion that is. That's the old one. It's pretty crusty. So looking inside the rear wheel tub here, you can see where I've left a little bit of a flange, kind of all the way around. So now we'll get the fitment on, and I've cleaned it up too with the grinder. So now we'll stick the inner wheel tub, the outer wheel tub in here. Since the wheel tub and quarter panel are off the same car, I actually still had, I just remembered this now, my screw alignment. Where's the other one? Right here for this car. So that got this exactly where it needed to be, and then we'll get inside here, we'll take a look. So there's fitment in there. This will have to be filled up, this gap a little bit, come up around, and then back in here, you can't really see it from this angle, but right in there is where the rust through is, so I'm going to have to build that little corner piece. So the welds are pretty close to done in here. I gotta finish up these corners in here besides grinding. That corner there needs a bit of work. I got this bottom corner, this one, I took from the other leftover piece I had. That should work real decent. So we're gonna just get a quick peek in the corner. That piece I just welded in, and that's right in there. So I'm happy with that. That should work well. So because the rocker was wider on the bottom, there's a little bit of a gap here, and this doesn't quite fit. So what I ended up doing was just building this piece here, and that will solve the problems. It should close up that little bit of gap. I got this part mounted in place here, and I've drilled out 4 holes for plug welds. We're going to mount them as factory here, and then we'll do a butt weld in this area here. Another thing I should mention is I've got weld through primer on both sides, and what I do is I just kind of scratch it off a bit. It's called weld through coating, but you can't actually weld on it very nicely. But this will allow me to do what I need to do, weld onto clean metal to clean metal, and should make a nice plug weld. So I got this patch cleaned up in here. That should work real fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is weld the rocker end cap to the rocker. Got the rocker end cap welded to the rocker panel now. So now we're going to put some drain holes in there and finish drilling out the rest of the holes. We're almost ready to spot weld this thing on. Alright guys, let's get this piece welded in here. Got this piece attached now. Right up top here there's this brace. It's fairly important, actually, it gives strength to this whole piece. Because without it it's pretty wobbly, but as soon as you tack it in place you got your strength there. What I'm going to end up doing is I've cleaned the paint off of where the plug welds need to be made. I'm going to be coming through this hole here and just welding in there once I have everything set in place. So I've been priming with epoxy primer inside the rocker, all the parts that I won't get to later, except for where the overlap is going to be, or a lap weld or something like that. I'm using some of this here. 3M weld through 2 coating, and it's a zinc kind of thing, and it also, you can weld and then it doesn't burn off, it just kind of reforms back to around the weld, and so that should help it not rust in between things. And the epoxy coating I'm using is PPG shop lines. That's what I can get. So we got a little bit left to prime, just ground down the welds from inside here. This is going to be the overlap piece, and we're going to do that now. This stuff's crazy expensive too. It's about $50 for one of these, Canadian. Next step's going to be fitting up this rocker. I'm going to grab that right away. Alright guys, so the next part is quite important. It's the last test fit before everything goes back together and welded in place. And so basically what I'm doing, I got my sheet metal screws, look kind of like that, and I'm sheet metal screwing it back in the holes that were on there for they hold the alignment, and I will put the door and the fender back on and check all the gaps in the trunk and the door and the fenders, and if it looks good, then we can start welding. I believe the fitment's where it needs to be. I'm about to start welding this quarter panel and rocker panel onto the car. Once this welding's all done, we are very close to having most of the major metal work done on this car. Okay, I'm going to weld on this quarter panel and rocker now, and I'm going to give the full process of the tack welds. We'll do a quick, high-speed, 2-3 minute kind of fast-forward video, so that should be kind of neat. I'm curious to see what that's going to turn out like. Just to give you an idea of how long this kind of weld takes for that length of distance, it took me about 40 minutes to do that much weld, but the result is minimal body work after grinding, because I don't have to deal with body filler on warps and hammer and dolly and stuff like that. Thanks for joining me in another episode of Dad's Toy Garage, where we're working on my 1973 Celica restoration. And next time we're probably going to be tackling the rear valance, and there's a rust hole in the rear window frame and a couple things like that. I might try getting the rear spoiler fit up onto the car. So that's kind of my goal for next time you see this car in the build series. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.